Yo, what's good, Wawona Lancers? Miss Listolia coming at you with another video helping you with our Mod 5. This one's applying percents, specifically tax and tip. So again, same vocab, same steps. We've got percent increase, percent decrease. Using these percents of change, we find the percent of the number. We do this by converting the percent to a decimal, multiplying that decimal by the original, then finding the new amount. If it's an increase, we add it. If it's a decrease, we're going to subtract it from the original. We've got our words here: increase, markup, tax, gratuity and tip, more/gain, or more and gain, and then decreases. We've got markdown, discount, sale, less. But if you notice, this is specifically tax and tip, which are both in the increase category, because tax makes our amount that we owe larger, and so does a tip. So these are specifically only increases. So for these two, we don't even have to worry about decreases because tax and tip are an increase. So let's get to it. Oh, I got a little excited. It says, Marcus buys a varsity jacket from a clothing store in Anaheim. The price of the jacket is $80, and the sales tax is 8%. I know it's an increase, so I'm going to use that grading pen. All right, he goes to this clothing store. The price of the jacket is $80, and the sales tax is 8%. What is the total cost of the jacket? I'm also going to use my steps as well as expressions to help me solve this one. So I need to find the percent of the number. So that 8%, move it once, move it twice. We've got 0.08. Okay, that's what 8% as a decimal is. I need to multiply it by the decimal by the original cost of that jacket. So I'm going to use J in this one to represent that jacket. Okay, we know this is an increase. It's tax. So we're not going to decrease. We're going to add the original cost of the jacket. So I've actually got my expression there to help me out with it. J plus 0.08 times J. But I actually know what J is. I know that that jacket costs $80. So I'm going to substitute 80 in for J. So instead of writing the J, I'm going to write 80. And I'm going to use a different color just so you can see it's a different step. Okay, so J, I'm not putting J, I'm putting 80. Plus that 0.08 should stay the same. And times 80. I can't just put the number next to it, so I've got to put parentheses to show that I'm multiplying these amounts. All right, now I can follow my order of operations and solve this. I need to do multiplication before I add. So I'm using my handy dandy calculator. 0.08 times 80 equals 6.4. However, remember this is money. So this is $6.40. Sometimes if we don't put that zero there, we forget that it's 40 cents and not 4 cents. Oops. Okay, now I can add the $80 to it. Maybe you can do this one off the top of your head. Maybe you still need the calculator. So if you still have the 6.4 in there, you can add 80 and you get 86.4. Again, the calculator is going to drop that zero because it doesn't think it's necessary, but we're talking about money. So I should put that zero there and even add my dollars. This jacket is going to cost Marcus $86.40 with tax. Okay, that was a tax example. I'm going to show you a tips example. It's a similar or almost the exact same process. It's just different types, right? So tax goes to the government. Tip is going to go to your waiter, waitress, Uber driver, whatever it is that you're tipping, okay? All right, so it says tip. I already know this is going to be a green problem. It's an increase. It says Luisa's restaurant bill comes to $75.50. and she leaves a 15% tip. What is Louisa's total restaurant bill? It's important that I read that last part because it didn't just say, what is the tip? They want the total. They want what she's paying for the bill and the tip. That's why this is a percent of change problem. So let's start by converting that percent to a decimal. 15%, I move it once. Oops, I move it once, I move it twice. So it's going to be 0.15. I need to multiply that decimal by the original. So that's the cost of this bill. I still want to reinforce expressions, so we're going to write the expression first. So I'm going to use B for bill. Okay, then, we know it's an increase because it's a tip. It's going to make the amount larger. So I've got to add the original amount of the bill. That's my expression. B plus 0.15, B, which means 0.15 times B. Except, remember, I know what this bill costs. It's $75.50. So now I can substitute in those amounts. I'm going to actually do $75.50 plus 0.15 times, come on, there we go. That's $75.50. Order of operations, I got to multiply before I add, so let's do it. 0.15 times 75.50. And it gives me 11.325. Oh, this has 3 decimal places, but money doesn't usually have that. I can wait to round at the end, or I could round right now. It's probably a better idea to just wait to the end though. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna leave it exactly how it is, and I'm gonna add the $75.50 to it. Okay, so add it, 75.50 plus that $11 and 3.325 So I get $86.825. But again, that's funky. This 5 shouldn't be there. We don't have 3 decimal places in money. So that means I've got to round it. So the 5 is either going to round that 2 up or keep it the same. And I like to say 5 and up, round up, 4 and less, let it rest. It stays because it's closer to the lower number than the higher number. So this is going to end up being, come on, scroll down just teensy. Okay, it didn't want to give me a lot of room. $86.83 because that 5 rounded our 2 up. All right, so we did a tax and we did a tip problem, which are both percent increases. You guys got this. Make sure to reach out if you have any questions.